So we last left off with Eric Gordon heading to the Pelicans and David Nwaba heading to the Grizz for pretty minimal assets, if anything really, but the main topic of conversation has really been John Wall. Before the season even started, we'd agreed to find a new home for him, and it's been about as tough as I anticipated. I've called around to several teams and pretty much none of them have been interested. The farthest I've gotten into talks is with the Clippers, and OKC's not really that far behind. But John has expressed his extreme disinterest in going to OKC. So if we did end up moving him there, it would probably be a bad look on our franchise. So the Clippers really look like our only option. The move looks like John Wall, Bismack Biyombo, and Kyrie Thomas for Eric Bledsoe, Luke Kennard, and Zubac. I mean, that's really about it. The only thing that might give pause would be them giving up Zubac, but the Clippers are really their best in a small ball situation anyway, and John would give them their best playmaker the team has had since Kawhi signed, and he's still a pretty solid defender and finisher. I think we're pretty close to getting a deal done. So news on the John Wall front. After a lot of deliberation, the Clippers front office has gotten back to me, and they've decided to go through with the deal. So this means a couple of things for us. First of all, Zubac will be heading to the Bulls for Derrick Jones Jr. in a 2026 second-round pick. We have Şengün as our backup 5 right now, and the Bulls have Tony Bradley as theirs. So it's a good move for them for the cheap. We'll waive Bledsoe, and Kennard is automatically by far the best shooter on the roster now, so we'll be keeping him around through his contract, which isn't really that much anyway either. But that's it for our season pretty much. We waived Bledsoe, Carson Edwards, Satoransky, so we've got pretty much the same rotation plus Luke Kennard. There are 11 guys who will be getting consistent playing time, and I expect us to be pretty bad. But joke's on me, we win 5 games in a row at the very end of the season before dropping 2 more. Now we're the 12th seed somehow. Giannis won MVP, Cade won Rookie of the Year, Drummond won 6th Man of the Year, Giannis takes home another Defensive Player of the Year, and Wendell Carter Jr. wins Most Improved. And you got the All-NBA teams and All-Defensive teams who unsurprisingly have no Rockets. There is one Rocket on All-Rookie First Team, obviously Jalen Green, but now it's the playoffs. And they have absolutely nothing to do with us, so maybe next year? The Sixers win it all, and awkwardly, Ben Simmons is the Finals MVP. I guess that means he's going to stick around. But enough of the winning stuff, let's get to what really matters. The draft lottery, where we somehow won so much that we have the 10th best odds of winning the lottery. And Brooklyn apparently got beaten to play in, so we've got the 13th pick as well. And I'll just go ahead and spoil this for you. We don't move up. Detroit also gets the number 1 pick for the second year in a row. So we've got pick number 10 and pick number 13. And to be honest with you, I'm not enamored with any of the guys in the area that we're slated to pick. Nikola Jovic is slated to go 9th-ish, and he's the guy I'd like most in our area. We've kind of got a hole at the 4 spot anyway, and he definitely brings a little bit of everything for us, with some real potential to blossom into a star. It's not very likely that he'll be there for us at 10, so we're going to look at a few other guys to be our primary targets. And I'm letting you know now, I'm not going to take another person who can't shoot. Our shooting this year was horrendous. KPJ shot 34%. Jay Sean shot 27%. KJ shot 33%. Josh Hart shot 33%. Josh Christopher shot 26%. Şengün shot 19%. Garuba shot 24%. And I'm pretty sure Tice shot like 27% too. So I'm not going to bring another non-shooter on this team. I just refuse. I've got a few guys that I am looking at though. Benedict Matthburn being one of them. He's currently projected to be Monta Ellis at his best, which is less than encouraging. But after looking at his college stats, I can pretty much understand the comparison. The free throw numbers are nice, but we've got to see if his shooting can really translate to the NBA, and not even just translate, but become above average. The next guy who's probably my favorite out of the bunch is Mojave King, who projects to be Tony Allen at his best, Gerald Henderson at his worst, but we'll ignore that one. He's supposed to be one of, if not the best guard defender in this draft, and his shooting in college was actually really good. The free throw numbers were really good too, so that's super promising. I wouldn't hate KPJ, Jalen, and King as our 1 to 3 in a couple of years. It would be super versatile, switchable, and just a dynamic group on offense and defense, I think, if Mojave doesn't go before pick 10. Then there's Hunter Salas, who is probably going to be above Matthburn for me on my draft board because he's supposed to be able to shoot the hell out of the ball. Leandro Barbosa is his projected ceiling, and his floor is Bellinelli. So he'll probably be in the league a long time just because of his shooting. His defense isn't something so good to where I'd be super comfortable putting him at the 3, but maybe coming off the bench for us to run with one of Jalen or KPJ, he'd be a really good fit. Or even at the 3 in more offensive-oriented lineups. As I said, I'm not in love with any of these guys, and I'm actually thinking about possibly trading the picks. I've been hearing murmurs and rumors from front office guys that Karl Anthony Towns has secretly asked out of Minnesota. The Timberwolves again missed the playoffs, and even missed the play-in tournament, being the 11th seed. He's been super frustrated, especially with the firing of Rosas early last season, and the organization just hasn't shown him anything in terms of improving the roster around him. We won one less game than them last season, and we'll be much better come the start of the season. So I think I could convince him of this team's potential, and we have the assets to make moves happen to trade for some guys. I'm waiting to hear more on the situation, but Christian plus about 4 first-round picks would be my initial offer. I'm definitely willing to throw the kitchen sink at Minnesota for a player of Cat's caliber. That's what we were missing all season, was a go-to offensive option to just create offense out of nowhere. And Cat absolutely could be that for us. Just throw it to him in the post and let him work. Like I said, I'm waiting to hear more on that front, and I'm listening to what my scouts have to say about some of these prospects. But there's a lot to be excited about in this offseason in Houston.